Welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore and our review of round 23. While you're watching this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Also comment down below. We would love to hear your thoughts on our thoughts. And as always, if you're not already subscribed, please hit that button too so you don't miss any of our new exciting upcoming videos. And having said that, last week we sat down with Mark Bomber Thompson for an interview. It will go up on our channel midweek, and trust us, you don't want to miss this. Some very interesting insights.
Absolutely.
And with that, welcome to round 23 review. Hello, Vic.
How you going?
Andrew.
How are you?
Well, there's one round to go. That was the penultimate round completed.
Penultimate.
That's a good word, isn't it?
Penultimate.
Penultimate.
Doesn't get used very often.
No, it doesn't.
So
But it's not a
I
bad
just thought
word.
I'd throw that one in. I've been waiting all year to use that word.
Oh, you have to wait till round 23, obviously, 'cause
Always.
it's penultimate.
That's exactly right. So the first game of the round was on Friday night at Marvel Stadium. Collingwood 15-10-100. Lost to Brisbane 19-10-124. 34 goals. Beat, how's your mathematics there?
224 points.
224 points.
Nice
Massive.
scoring game.
Well, arm's length all night, Brisbane. I
All
thought.
night. Yep.
Had them under control. And look, a couple of things I've just jotted on that game. I think the Collingwood injury is taking its toll. I never thought I'd say it.
So you're
But
going to retract your
No.
premiership
No.
so they can still win the
Of
flag?
course they can. Do you think they can still win it then?
No, they
Can't
can't.
see it.
Why?
Can't see it. They're in a world of hurt,
They
mate.
can't because the numbers, and don't tell me that 3 players makes this difference, conceded 100 points 4 weeks in a row.
That's true.
Bolted at stoppages into scores. The opposition are scoring from stoppages.
Yep.
Yeah, Darcy Moore's a big loss.
Dacos.
Dacos is
Massive.
Who else went down?
He's a big
To
loss.
go
go
in
in.
Hill.
To go in.
Big
Hill.
losses, but they're not playing well.
They're not
Even
playing
when
well.
they were playing.
I'm just not sure. I'm saying
Yeah,
no.
Okay.
They're
I
on
know.
the ropes. They're on the ropes. I'll say that.
12th round on the ropes.
Yeah, on the
boxer.
ropes. Yeah.
I'm not calling it gone yet.
Okay.
Well, Collingwood
way.
were killed on turnover, like plus 50 points.
Yeah, that's massive.
Plus
That is
50
big.
points.
That is
You're
big.
not going to win a flag doing that every week.
But then
That's huge.
On the other side of it, Charlie Cameron kicked 4 goals from like 7 touches. When's that going to happen? You know what I mean?
That's his job.
That's what
It is his job.
should be doing.
He's a gun. We know that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying he doesn't usually do that these days. You'll get 7 touches,
well,
kick
I
a goal.
mean,
You know what I mean?
But they've got good small forwards like Lincoln McCarthy.
Yeah, he kicked
and then
2.
you throw in Cam Rayner.
Rayner can pop
Kick
up.
2.
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah,
But Neil and Dunkley were tremendous. And so, you know who was
Through the
really
middle?
good too? Yep. From the back, McKenna, off half back.
Sliced through there.
Yeah, he's quick, isn't
Sliced
he?
through them, didn't they?
Absolutely. But
Absolutely sliced through them.
Huge problems, Collingwood. Oh,
no, I don't think they're huge. But Hawthorn, Brisbane had that game won early, I thought. As much as I hate to say it, but they did.
Yep, they did.
I just reckon now that Howe's playing as a permanent forward, that's showing Collingwood that we're in a bit of trouble here. We're struggling to score. You know, we need that focal point. Because I said a few weeks ago that I think their forward line was the problem. Because my check ain't going to leave the forward
Yeah.
line, right?
Yeah. No, he'll
Cox
kick-
went out of the side, didn't
Yep.
do much, you know.
Yep.
Even though he did all right.
I thought
the other
Cox
night,
was-
but he was okay.
was
He
pretty
was
good.
okay.
He was okay.
He was okay.
Again, do you rely on Mason Cox?
Nah,
to
and
the
do you
flag,
rely on
know?
Darcy Cameron? No.
No.
Having said that,
Oh, he's all right, though. I don't
Darcy
mind
Cameron's
Darcy.
no
I'll tell you what,
it's no good.
Pendlebury 31 touches.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
And just one more, sorry to interrupt you, just wanted to mention this before. Mitchell had 31, but I'll tell you, again, I know I've picked on him over the years. He's ineffective for me.
He is. And if you're relying on Pendlebury, who played well on Friday night,
Very well.
but was ordinary last week, I'm sorry.
You're in
They'll-
trouble,
they'll
yeah. At
going on
35
about-
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good footballer. Still
He
smooth,
complements the midfield,
complements them. Yeah,
but he can't be your best midfielder.
No.
You cannot win a
and
flag
we'll
with
talk
it.
about
Yeah.
Geelong after, about Dangerfield as well. But
I agree with that. But
I just got look. I think Brisbane can win it,
I was waiting for that for some reason.
and I've been on them, and I'll tell you why. They now have secured second spot. They won't get top because
No.
Essendon will not beat Collingwood next week.
No.
But they'll finish second, and they'll host week 1, and doesn't matter who they play. They'll win. They're winning at the Gabba.
So it's going to be Melbourne or Port, right? Obviously.
Well, yeah, because
The top 4
Brisbane
settles.
will win. The top 4 is settled, and Brisbane will win their preliminary final. I don't care who they play. Brisbane will win.
So
both
Brisbane makes the
finals.
grand final in your book?
Absolutely.
So so it's going to be Melbourne, Brisbane in your odds because Collingwood can't make it.
I think so. I think so, and I'm only going by
That's
what
ugly.
it looks like. I'm only going by what it looks like.
I better find
call.
something to do that day.
It's a big call for
The other thing is,
out.
in Brisbane on grand final day, geez, we're looking a long way down the track. But, Brisbane are 3-3 against Collingwood. in Melbourne. Out of
But you're saying they'll play Melbourne in the grand final.
preliminary final night.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Collingwood.
Sorry,
Brisbane.
they're 3-3 in the last 6 meetings.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So like Brisbane can get Collingwood again.
Oh, I don't know. By then, Dacos will be back. They'll have a full deck by then.
Yeah, Dacos hasn't
After
played in
missing
6 weeks.
6 weeks. That's
No, but he's a kid who can. Just my opinion. He can just slot in, mate. He's a star.
all right.
And his brother will walk taller because of it.
How's
his
Darcy
brother
Morgan
will-
to come back after a 3-week hammy? Like it's always
Yeah, it's always contentious, isn't it?
It
contentious.
is. I don't know. I just think on preliminary final, if that's what the scenario, I think Collingwood can get him. Absolutely, they can.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
It is interesting.
Interesting. Saturday afternoon, Richmond 14-17, 101 were 29-point winners over North, 10-12-72. Vito.
Same old story. North get in decent position. They got into decent position again. You watched that, I think. Well, because you didn't switch. But I don't know. They don't know how to win, Ange. Oh, that's my opinion on it
No,
right
they
now.
don't.
They don't know how to win. I think they're in. Not that they mean. I think they've just got that mentality that it's been that many losses in a row that, geez, we're in a position here where we can actually might be able to win it and just don't know how to finish it. Is it they're not fit enough? The kids are just not up to it yet? I don't know. They have improved 100%, but I tell you what, Mr. Martin
I was going to say.
turned back the clock. 3 goals, 31 touches. He was
Best
superb.
on
played
ground
on
by
him.
more.
Oh, no one.
No.
I think McDonald
Luke
before
McDonald.
got
Oh,
injured,
mate, Lou
but-
McDonald for the quarter. He got injured.
he got injured, yeah.
Nah, he was going to run a muck,
He was
mate.
going to run a mark because he
gonna run a
loves
mark.
Rewalt and
He was always going to, and Richmond was just cleaner in the midfield. Their possessions were a lot more sure. Where at North's like it's just messy. Just want to mention Nick Lark. He's been tremendous this year. I know where sometimes we go.
Good call.
Kick 6. He's been fantastic, mate. And the media's gone on it. He's
They're
kicked
praising
50
him, aren't they?
Well,
Yeah.
the bloke's been in probably the worst side in it at the moment. He's kicked 54 goals over his kick.
I think, and I won't say the stat out because I don't know it 100%, that he's going to be the highest goal kicker in the worst team to win-loss ratio in history, passing Lockett, but I haven't.
Yeah,
I'm just briefed on it, so I
And-
don't know exactly.
Just one more thing. Sheasel another 37 touches. He was-
So I will tell you a stat. Sheasel, were you going to say it?
That's all on that. But yeah, look, Richmond always going to
He
win
passed the most amount of
possessions
disposals
as first-year
for
player.
first-year player in history.
that. In history.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
He's got to win the Rising Star, doesn't he, now?
I think so.
I think so.
I think Will Ashcroft
No, well,
has missed too many games.
and
he
is there
missed a
anyone else?
couple-
Is there anyone else?
No one's near him. Oh, they were talking, what's his name, up from St Kilda a few weeks, ages ago. Number 10, what's his name? That young kid with the
Dunno.
moustache.
Oh, Machito.
Machito.
Owens. Good little player, but he's not a Rising
He's not
Star.
gonna
He's not Sheasel. I don't think he's in the Sheasel.
It's funny.
It's not
'cause
Sheasel's bootlace.
Well, I don't
I
think.
thought you were going to say that.
Wow,
This
I
is
wouldn't go
the
that
thing,
far.
right? I was watching just today on YouTube before the footy started. I saw this video about a couple of Gilbert Arenas, an ex-NBA player, and they were talking about the Hall of Fame, which happened last week, right? NBA Hall of Fame. And he was saying there's a lot of players that don't belong in there. Just because they've won titles doesn't mean... He said, the Hall of Fame for me, his comments, and I agree with him, are for the superstars, the special ones, right?
I agree.
Harry Sheasel's special. He needs to win that.
Yep.
He's the best player, first year player this year.
You need to give him the
If Ashcroft didn't go
prestigious-
down, but he did. And he actually said that in his little interview there, Gilbert Arenas. He said, and they said, oh, what happens if what's his name played more years, just a random player? But he didn't. It doesn't matter.
No, you can't.
If you got injured, bad luck. That's life, right? So, well, Ashcroft, you've had a great season, but Harry Sheasel for me is the rising
agreed.
star.
What sort of football is this kid? No, I'm not.
He's
because
a
he play-
superstar. He's going to be a
And
superstar.
he doesn't make mistakes.
Well,
And
he's-
a bloke's played the first. He doesn't panic. He doesn't, and he rarely makes the wrong decisions.
And that's the building of a champion and a
player.
potential, premiership
He's going to be something.
leader. I don't know if
Yeah.
he'll be a captain. Is he a future captain? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
But
He doesn't look like a captain type. He looks like he just wants to do.
Yeah.
Play well for the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
I've got to say on that game, what I saw of it, because I switched over to the Carlton game, it was pretty enjoyable.
Was it?
I saw the last 10 minutes. Everyone was trying to get a goal, Zeeble and Cochin, and that was enjoyable. It's nice to see that in a nothing game.
I
It didn't
agree.
really
Yep,
mean much. So it was a good game. It was a fun game. What I saw of it.
And I suppose we'll have to mention Zeeble.
Zeeble, Cochin, and
and Revolt.
3 pretty good careers.
They were all great careers, all three of them.
They did it well on Fox
Yeah,
Footy.
no,
They
I
interviewed
agree.
them after the game, like live for everyone to
Yep.
hear and that. So it was pretty good.
And unfortunately, what happened to Zeeble.
Oh, let's
Ordinary
not touch
human
on that.
beings.
It's
No,
disgusting.
we're not touching on that,
That's
but it's just
disgusting.
crazy.
But anyway.
Ordinary human beings.
Crazy. Anyway.
Andrew, you said you didn't flick over, you watched Carlton, obviously.
Yeah, I definitely
So
did.
that was
Yours.
about half an hour later. Gold Coast 13-9-87. Carlton 13-13-91. 40 points
40
the
points
margin
down.
at one
down.
stage.
Absolutely, I've got that here.
I'm just going to say
Charlie Curnow.
four
show.
votes. 4 votes. Not
Yeah.
3 on Brownlow night, 4
Yeah.
votes. 'Cause if it wasn't for him, they lose that game
Yeah,
in a
because
canter.
he did everything.
He
didn't
did everything. Set up
Watch.
goals, kick.
Yep.
He was probably involved, I reckon, in 10 goals, right?
Yeah.
And saved, in the last 5 minutes, he went down back.
Yeah, well, he saved them in the end, the last
Amazing.
10 minutes.
Saying just go on what you're saying, you can go back to what you're going to say. I actually wrote 5 goals, but a ton of work off the ball. That
Yeah,
bloke.
ton of work.
How good's his field kicking?
Oh, he gave 2.
That goal to
walking
Mackay,
yeah.
picked it up off the wing, wheeled inside,
Yeah,
it's gone
and just-
fat
oh,
side.
he's-
Mackay didn't have to move. It was
Tremendous
incredible.
football,
And then his
mate.
last 2 marks at the end in the goal square.
Nah,
saved them.
he's-
Saved them. He's the hottest
Saved
player in the AFL at the moment.
Yeah, I think
Fair to
so.
say.
And that's why Carlton can win the premiership.
You've got to start. You've got to start.
You need players like that to stand up in finals. If he stands up, everyone's in trouble. I don't know how far they can go.
They've got to win 3 finals to get there. That's the only.
Doesn't matter.
That's the only thing it
They've won
does.
9 in a row now.
I know. Does that mean
and
that
they've
they're going to win
beaten-
13 to get there? I'm not saying they need to lose one. I'm not.
How did Geelong do it?
I'm
Melbourne
saying-
did it. Geelong did it.
Bulldogs
did
Who are
it.
they going to play in the
It's a
first
tall
week?
order. I've got them playing the Bulldogs still.
Well,
I've
that's
looked
a
at-
mismatch.
I've had it, yeah, so they'll win
Let's
the
be
first
honest.
week.
But
Second week,
hang on, sorry. Aren't the Dogs in?
the Dogs will still make it. We'll
How?
talk about that.
Okay,
Well,
all right. No worries.
Well, Carlton played GWS in the last round,
Yep.
and that's here, and I can't see Carlton losing
No,
that.
I agree.
And the Dogs play Geelong at Geelong, and Geelong are cooked.
Yep.
And I think the Dogs have got something to play for, and
Oh, of course I've got
they
something to
should
play
be
for.
winning that,
And that'll be enough.
and that'll get them into 8th spot. So,
And
so,
they'll get whacked in the
and
first
they'll get
week.
whacked by Carlton. But then Carlton have to play, if the ladder goes the same, a Collingwood or a Melbourne in that first semi-final.
But it doesn't
Imagine
scare
that,
them.
Carlton
Yeah,
knock
it'd be-
Collingwood out in week 2.
It'd be great.
Massive
Of course, if
it
Collingwood
goes-
lose,
ramifications.
Yeah. So
ramifications.
what happens if, yeah, it's an interesting.
we'll talk about that.
It's going to be an interesting final series.
But anything else to add for the Blues?
Oh, they had no right to win that game.
None.
Like
Good
40
teams
points
win
down.
them.
They do, but again, Charlie Kerner, which he was that influential yesterday. It wasn't funny.
How did Harry Mackay, in your opinion, slot in?
I thought he struggled.
Fair enough too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I say he struggled, he didn't struggle because he dropped marks and that. He struggled just to get into but that was okay. He
He's
did
coming
s-
off a
yeah,
8 week.
yeah.
8 weeks.
Oh no, it was about 4 or 5.
4 or
but,
5,
But
yeah.
even still, he did some things that helped.
Yeah.
He harassed, brought the ball to the ground, kicked a goal or two, took a few marks. Like he did what he had to do.
Did his job, mate.
They're playing that well, Carlton. That they don't need Harry Mackay to be kicking 5
No.
goals, right? You know, someone else will do it. Like
Yep.
you know, I think Owies kicked a couple and Kerner.
Your mate.
Yeah, not a fan of
Oh, he's
Owies.
kicked it. I just don't like
but-
how he celebrates.
He's too over the
There's no
top,
need
mate.
for that. On grand final day, mate, go
Oh,
for
I
your
get
life.
it, I get
In
it.
the big final,
Oh, I get it.
I promise you, I'll be the first to pat you on the back, but just pipe down. Pipe down.
ridiculous.
You
Just a
Owies.
couple of things on that game. If you need to give this bloke some credit, Patrick Dow.
I think he's been okay, hasn't he?
Very good on, mate. He was part.
He's had
Mate,
a
he got
good
some
month.
good clearances.
He's had a good month,
No,
yeah.
no, some good clearances. All jokes aside, some good clearances, some good possession.
Yep.
Had a crack. 24 touches. I thought he was all right. And just one more thing. When are you going to ever see Swallow kick 4 goals 3 again?
Kicked 4.
4-3, mind you.
I know. Just quickly on Paddy Dow. Both of you. Is he in Carlton's best 22 going into the final series?
Yeah, I think so. I do. Yeah, I do.
Gives it that extra outside run.
Yeah,
Got plenty
he-
of smalls, but
I think so.
he's a different type of. What do you think?
Chera and Walsh have to come in,
Got to
right?
come in, yeah.
So who misses?
So he misses out, doesn't
Well,
he?
Ed Kerner misses. It's not even a question.
Yeah, he's got to go.
The fact
Played
that
for VFL last week.
He's a good
He's
VFL player, is he?
you know what he's there
He's been
for.
steady. Odd now.
32, 33. He's there for when they have a barbecue. Yeah, just put the sausages on Ed. No worries, right? He's a good team man. Trust
Yeah.
me, he's a good team man, right? But he goes out and then take your pick. I mean, Paddy Dow's obviously one of the ones that you.
He's got to play
He's gotta-
for. He's got to play for
Well,
me.
he could
he's
still be
right.
sub though. He could
Oh,
still
yeah,
be
yeah,
sub.
he could still
right?
be
So
sub, yeah.
Ideal sub.
yeah.
He's better than Ed Kerner for a sub.
Oh no, absolutely. Well, I'm better than Ed Kerner for a sub.
I know.
I'm better on my right foot and I can't kick.
All right, so that's debatable. You right foot and Ed Kernow's right foot, debatable. That's how bad.
They've got foam foots for right foot.
Foam foots.
Made of foam. Never use it.
Yeah, so I don't know if he keeps his spot. Does Zach Fisher keep his spot?
I think he's been going okay as well, and he gives that
Well-
different look about it on the wing as
Yeah,
well.
he's quick.
He had
Dion Fisher, the ideal wingman, and again,
he had high 20 possessions
yeah.
or mid 20, something like that.
yeah.
But see, this is a conundrum. If you keep Paddy,
Conundrum.
another good word, eh?
Good word.
If you keep Paddy Dow, does Doherty slot back into the half back
I would
line and
think
doesn't
so.
play midfield,
I would
right?
think so.
To make room. So does that squeeze Zach Fisher out?
Interesting.
You know,
It's a good problem to have.
I was going to say how
Very good
when you've
problem
got
to have.
like Collingwood 4 weeks ago said, "Oh, we've got a good problem." He said, "Craig McRae."
Yeah.
Now with all the injuries,
Changes very quickly.
very
Anyway.
quickly.
The twilight game at Giants Stadium was a slaughter. GWS 25-12, 162 inflicted Essendon, who were kicked 5-6-36, their fifth heaviest loss in their history. 126 points.
Does that ring a bell? He's slaughtering them?
Slaughtered them.
There's got to be a
I'm
Royal
just-
Commission on this game.
I'm just going to say.
I want to hear this.
There's got to be a Royal Commission on this game. What's this?
What's
Essendon?
going on?
They're not 20 goals better, GWS.
No.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that, surely.
20 goals?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why that happened?
If they lost by 5 goals, no problem, right?
No.
Yeah, better side, yeah, playing better, because I think Essendon hit a brick wall. We've seen it against West Coast, against North, struggled.
That's what I mean. That's one, but I've got something else when you
They got
finish.
whacked by
Yeah, but
Geelong
not-
4 weeks ago.
But not 20
Boy.
goals.
No.
But
That's
that was down
epic
Geelong, you know my thoughts on Geelong.
They still lost by 80 points. That's
So-
epic
Fair
proportions.
So they got over the line against the Eagles in the last kick.
Last kick.
So the writing's on the wall. North had them on toast. Couldn't finish them as usual.
Yeah.
Brad Scott's words, I think they're tired.
Cooked, yeah.
Staggers me that a coach is going to come out and say that when they're in that finals window and he's turned around and gone, no, they're tired. When Hogan kicks 9 goals, has 24
you know-
touches and
yeah.
17 marks, I'm staggered.
So,
The coach knows.
yeah, he
And
does.
I'm going to
He will.
elaborate on that after with what Luke Beveridge said.
So,
We'll elaborate on Luke Beveridge after.
Okay.
On the back
Yeah.
of that comment, I think he's right.
yeah,
I think he's right.
But do you go out and
Really?
say it?
well, probably not.
Don't know. Don't think so, but he's right.
Because as an opposition player, I go, beauty.
We'll run rings around them.
What?
So what do you do
It
as a
just
coach?
gives you confidence.
What do you do as a coach? Do you
Just
I'll
don't
tell
say
you
it.
what.
do you
Go.
just
I'll
call
tell
it,
you what
call
they
the
do as a
year,
coach.
or
Oh, yeah, the season's gone. They gave up.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like what?
They gave up.
But does that say more about the players that they've got there?
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew.
No,
So it's time.
Totally.
So when I started this conversation on that game, as we should have a Royal Commission on this game, or Essendon should, that's what should
Okay.
happen.
Essendon, and you both agree, they're a nice team.
They're very nice. Yeah,
They're a nice
they're
team.
nice when they're going nice.
Defensively, they got Wright and they got Langford. Through the
Yeah,
midfield,
good.
they got Merritt.
You
and
mean
they-
forward line.
Sorry, forward line. Through the midfield, they got
Merritt.
Merritt and Stanley.
Merritt. You know
and those
Merritt?
blokes.
Merritt.
And defensively, they got, Zerk Thatcher. They got no hard edge.
Nothing.
This football club has
Yeah,
no
nothing.
culture. They are not in the big 4 or 5 or how you want to call
No.
it.
Probably not
They're
anymore.
not.
Probably not
This
anymore.
football club is, and I heard this off Rowan Connolly tonight coming into
He
the
follows
studio.
Essendon, doesn't he?
And yeah, he said 2 things which I thought I'm going to mention that. He said that, well, that was my comment about the nice team, no hard edge. But he said 25 years of the same recruiting manager. He goes, I don't think
yes.
he's got enough runs on the board to hold his job for
Because
25 years.
he's looking for the same. He's looking for the
He
same
picks
style.
nice players. He
picks
picks
Because
nice
that's his
players.
niche. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he said something which was really interesting. He said, the longer Essendon go without winning a final or getting to the final series, the quicker the culture dissipates, and all of a sudden you don't have players
Totally
capable of taking you to the
100%.
well.
Yep.
And his theory was Essendon in the 80s had had Watson, Danaher, Madden, and the baton was moved to Bomber Thompson, Paul Salmon, and Mark Harvey, and then the baton was moved to Mercedes McCurry Hurd. That's gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing left there.
Yeah, that's so.
Tyson Heppel's played 200 and amount ago.
Nice
whatever it is.
games. Nice games.
Nice games, but they got nothing.
So
So who's going to take them?
no, I agree with you. So
Externally,
hang on.
they brought in James Kelly, and they brought in that was externally for a brief time.
Yeah, but you don't count that.
but you don't count that.
but they're
But
not.
I'm saying is, so what happened at the start? Like I remember you were saying, and I'm not having a go at you, how Essendon was going flying, and so what's happened?
But they were
Ran
flying.
out of legs,
they ran
mate.
out of legs. Yeah,
So but you're saying they've run out of legs because they just run out of legs? Well, because in the other breath you're saying they're not good enough. The players that got there, they haven't got enough heart.
That both.
Okay.
Well, what he's saying about the nice team, nice players, is that they all need to try and be hard, and they're not.
They don't have a hard edge.
So
Yeah,
they're
okay,
tired
that's fair enough.
because they all get hit. It's not
Yeah.
Jack Viney or Libba that just goes and does the hard work and gets
Exactly.
it out, and
Totally agree.
Totally agree.
So do they keep Darcy Parish?
No.
Or do they let him
No,
go?
move him on to Geelong.
Why Geelong?
Well, he's from Geelong and Geelong are interested.
I thought he was coming to North.
Is he really?
No,
I don't want him.
we've got
Go
enough
to-
on
go to
board.
Geelong.
I've got enough on board. I was only kidding.
Okay, that's
I've
interesting.
heard he hasn't signed. He's
No,
from
that's what I'm
Geelong.
saying. Do they
He's a
keep
Geelong
him? Do
fella.
they pay him
No way.
800 grand?
No
Or do they
way.
move him on? Okay.
No way, no.
Look, I know it doesn't go on this, but he's the highest possession getter nearly every week.
He is, but
Yeah,
your
but-
theory on Tom Mitchell.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I
That's
think,
sort of
Oh,
applies.
I think
to Darcy Parish.
I think he's a bit cleaner than.
pardon the pun, but he's got some merit. Like he's okay.
Merit.
He's a bit
He's got
better.
some
than,
merit.
Darcy Parish ain't winning this game for the Bombers.
No,
No,
he's not
you
that
never
type of
say
player.
that.
No, I agree with you. But
Rarely we
okay,
say
so
that.
what's the difference with him? And I know this bloke is not midfield; he's more probably off half back these days. McGrath, same sort of player.
I'm not a fan of McGrath.
just a halfback
He's
flanker.
just a halfback flanker.
That's what I mean.
As a
Stop
number one pick,
reinventing the wheel with players. Not you, but
yeah, no, I agree.
Do you agree?
Bomber did say that, didn't he? Keep it simple.
keep it simple.
so
stupid, he said.
so do you
Kiss.
so do you trade him and get some value in
You could.
and get some hard nosed? Yeah.
They've got to look at it. They're bringing in Mackay. We know that.
Is he definitely going to Essendon?
Well, let's be honest.
Good chance. Good chance.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
again, not
but
hard.
he's not hard. He's just a good.
But
defender.
they need the half forwards and the mids to be hard. They need like these Perkins. They're nice
That's
players.
exactly right. They've got an.
Sardis, they're nice
Oh, well,
players.
Sardis, you got to give him a chance.
Yeah, but they're all the same. Hobbs, they're all not. He's a little
Snelling.
bit tougher.
Menzie.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
true.
Hobbs.
We'll
Okay.
be here all night if we go on.
No,
this.
one more
same
thing.
list.
One more thing. Is that enough now, Stringer? Enough?
Enough.
I think so.
We didn't touch on GWS.
No. But I did have.
What do you say
Okay.
when they win?
Are you going to.
Like
okay,
Jesse
Tom
Hogan
Hogan
kicks-
Jesse Hogan. I said
Tom Hogan.
Tom Hogan. Tom Hogan.
How many times have I said that this year?
Tom Hogan. What about Paul Hogan and Strop?
No, you don't know who Tom Hogan is, do you?
Tom
do you know who
Hogan.
Tom Hogan is?
Yeah,
Go on.
Cricketer.
Yeah.
yeah.
For Australia.
He's an all rounder.
He's an all-round off.
Tom Hogan.
Tom Hogan.
What
Why
about-
do I do that?
What about Paul Hogan and Strop?
Paul Hogan and Strop. So there's nothing to say about
Jesse
okay,
Hogan
Hogan.
kicked 9 and took like 19 marks.
17 marks,
17
24,
marks.
There you go.
24 possessions.
Gee, that's a big day.
That was just stupid.
You know
Like,
what
I saw
wrote-
that game.
Do you know what I wrote next to that? And you'll know what you guys will know what I'm talking about. So you get 9 goals, 24 touches, 17 marks. That's 90 stats.
Yeah.
You know, 1990s,
Yeah.
Carey,
Yeah.
Ablett,
Yeah.
17 marks,
Yep.
10 goals.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Anyway,
The Saturday night game was at Marvel Stadium. St Kilda 12-16-88 knocked Geelong out of the finals race. 8-7-55 by 33 points. I'm going to back St Kilda here before you go and... I'm not sure what you're going to say. But they were... I'm not dismissing the Saints for winning a final. They can win a final.
yeah, probably. Yeah, can. Yeah.
Depends on
They
that
were
play.
outstanding on Saturday night.
They were very good.
They were outstanding.
Do you want to say? I've got a couple
I'm
things.
just disappointed in Geelong.
Well,
Fighting
before we
for your
go,
like,
yeah.
very
Oh,
disappointed
no, no.
The pressure on turnover was massive. They were fast.
for once.
Perfect, Ange. What I was about to say.
Yeah, they got their numbers back defensively.
Quick.
And they forced Cameron to go and chase kicks. Wilkie on was tremendous.
Wilkie's a star.
Can I just?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a gun. Do you know Cameron had 23 touches all up
Yeah,
the ground?
where did he get them?
If I said to you and you didn't know otherwise, and I said Cameron had 23 touches, you're going to go. He's kicked 8.
Yeah.
Didn't kick a goal.
Forced him out.
Smart.
Ball
Ross
comes
Lyon.
back in, they couldn't score.
Right, and on top
The
of
game
that,
plan was excellent.
Geelong era officially is
Done.
over.
I
Done.
told you I couldn't take him seriously. I told you.
He did.
They're done.
He did
Six,
so.
8 weeks
He
ago,
did
you
so.
said they can do some damage. I said, I can't take them
I did.
seriously.
I did. I said it 4
I'm
weeks
not
ago.
having a go at you. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying,
no.
like, I can't take them
I
seriously.
said it on the
you know?
basis of I didn't not want it. Like, I do trust Geelong, and I've gone against them. I've written them off a lot.
Yeah, we
I
all
thought,
have,
no, I'm
yeah.
not going to write them off. But you know what? Let's talk about Geelong.
Hawkins kicked 2 goals.
34-year-old.
Dangerfield, this is what I'm getting at.
30,
That's what you're saying.
whatever old.
14 touches. He looks like he's just, his body's shot. That's what it looks like.
Shot on Saturday night. So this is what they've got to do. They've either got to move him. He's not a defender. They have to move him forward now.
Totally agree.
He cannot play in the midfield.
Totally agree.
But Geelong have got problems over
Yeah,
summer
more problems than that, yeah.
because they're running Parfitt through the middle. They're running Stengel through the middle. This was last night.
Yeah, but
Guthrie, Duncan, they're also getting on.
I agree. But you said they'll get Darcy Parish, so that helps that, right?
Jeez, Darcy Parish is a like for like.
Yeah, but
Parfitt.
But he's better than Parfitt. Come on.
They need to sort their stuff out.
Well, so we're talking about the Essendon, how they go. Their recruiting's been the same for whatever it is, 25 years, whatever we said or you said. So my thing on Geelong is Chris got enough is enough? I'm not going to go with him. I'm just saying, is it enough? He's enough.
I think...
Done a great job, Mike.
Would you give him a go at rebuilding?
Yeah.
Would you give him a go at it?
He's earned that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Maybe he's had enough, but you've got to give him another 2 years to see.
Have they?
Yeah, a couple more.
16 years?
Yeah.
You've recruited another 16
No,
years.
he's 2
Biggest
years gets
contract
him
in
to
history.
16 or something.
He's going to be
World
70.
sport history.
He's going to be 70 years old still coaching them.
But they are done, and what is it? This last night or next week this week coming up is going to be the second time in Geelong Footy Club, not Chris Scott, in the last 17 years where it's their second game where they're playing a game which has no bearing on their season. 2 games.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
They've
it's
missed
a pretty
finals
good
twice
record.
in 17 years.
So
Interesting.
Shoe on the other foot, we spoke about. I know he sits in Kilda, but Crouch, Sinclair, Steele, and Hill all got high 20s and low 30%. Between them got like 120 touches. That's a lot. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was getting at. At Marvel, especially,
Yeah.
if you're getting that much footy with your own ballers,
You're winning
the
footy.
other side's in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Saturday night, Adelaide 10-13-73, lost to Sydney 11-8-74. Can I just say,
let's not even go down this
Sydney
road.
have won their second game this year on
Yep.
an error.
Correct.
On an error.
Correct.
A travesty.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
The first error that happened.
But that was our own fault.
That was an opposite.
That's fine, but it happened, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right on an error. This was a travesty. This has kicked Adelaide out of the finals.
That's really
And
bad.
as for their dumb coach, Matthew Nicks,
So it's your dumb
to
coach.
go ahead and say, oh no, it didn't lose us the game. We lost in the first and second quarter. Hang on.
Yeah, I know. I'll let you talk.
No. I just got. We know you started badly, but he kicks that goal, you win the game. That's
Correct,
it.
yes.
So that's why you lost the game, not because of the first and second quarter. Because if you made it all the way back, you didn't lose because of that.
That's right.
That's right.
He kicked the goal,
That's right.
and we spoke this morning or something, and you said, "Oh, they review every goal," but it wasn't a goal,
Wow.
so they couldn't review it.
That's right.
Spot on.
Exactly. So
I confirmed today when I was at work.
yeah, I thought about that after we
I spoke
spoke.
to a few people and they said that only the goal gets reviewed.
Yeah, which is fair
Yeah,
enough
that's
because
Well,
the game's
surely every score should get reviewed.
Really?
Surely?
not.
Oh, I
well,
think
not
you're
if
going
they're
to
clear cut, right?
Yeah, you can't.
Well, if it's a no, I'm talking
know.
about if it's a shot
But
at
there's
goal
got to
goes
be one
straight through.
bozo, like what is the footy?
No, but that's why we have the mechanism of the umpire going, "Oh, I think it's like."
But you hear what he said? I thought I heard something on the way through. What do you mean?
Did he really?
Did you
Okay.
see it? You got to see it. You
But
can't
if you
hear
thought
it.
you heard it, okay, it's touch. Go to the review.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
An absolute travesty.
No, that's bad,
You,
mate. That's really bad.
you amateur footballer.
Correct.
You are an embarrassment to world sport. This cannot happen again. Sort it out, or this game is in the toilet. I'm telling you, because it's going to happen on grand final day.
Oh, my Lord.
And it's bad enough that the Adelaide Crows, who had a chance because they won that game to play finals, they're out now.
That's right.
They're out. It's,
And
it's
then-
rubbish.
They couldn't use the edge technology because Callum Mills crashed
Okay.
into the post or
That's-
wobbled the post.
No problem. What do I say to you? You know, if a player interferes, an opposition player interferes with a post and it hits the post, it's a goal.
Well, do you remember that time Rampy climbed it
Yeah.
against Essendon?
Another
That
Sydney
cost him
game?
that
another
cost him
Sydney
the game, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't climb the post.
If you
Another Sydney
interfere,
game?
it's a
What the
goal.
hell?
If you interfere, it's a goal.
I
Yeah.
totally agree with him.
Even if he misses, if you interfere with
you
the
mi-
post,
You
right?
should not be touching the equipment of the game.
Thank you.
Now,
Other than the football.
Now, AFL, let's make the game easier. If it hits the post and goes in the goals, it's a goal.
I agree with that.
We're the only
Soccer.
sport. In basketball, if it hits the rim, it goes into goal.
So when it comes
In soccer, if it hits the post and goes in,
when
it's
it comes
a goal.
back into play, it's a point, isn't it? Is that what you're saying?
No, play on.
Play on.
Oh,
Play on,
that'll
mate.
do everyone's heads in.
Why?
I agree with
More than Adelaide not having an opportunity to play finals this year.
Well, you
I'm
can
sorry.
have the deviation if
Okay.
it goes behind the line.
Let's do the deviation. It's a
I'm
goal.
fine with the
It's a goal.
deviation.
It's a goal.
I'm fine with that. But if it comes back into play, I would say let's just call that a point.
Okay, fair
Too
enough.
much. Imagine the all falling
Okay,
down, you get
I'll
full of the
cop-
ball and everyone's...
I'll cop that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if it
I'll
hits,
go with
if
that.
there's a deviation that goes through,
I
it's
agree.
a goal. It's gone through the two sticks.
Soccer do it.
But everyone does. I told
Everyone.
you, basketball, soccer, hockey, everyone. There's not one sport that I know that does
we're
it
going to do an
apart from.
episode
I
on
agree.
rubbish that the AFL
Yeah, I agree.
Because now there's a book full of crap.
It'll be a 4-hour episode each.
I agree with that, but I'm just going to say one thing about the only thing I'll go against it a little bit, but I agree with sort of. You got that much room between those sticks.
Yeah,
How
but-
can you not kick it through?
Yeah, I know, but
You get what-
that was a snapshot from the boundary.
No, I'm not talking just that. I'm talking about in general here.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
I
running
know.
into an open goal 20 yards out. You have to hit the post to
I
get
know.
it through.
Yeah,
Like-
but there wasn't. It was a snap from
no,
the
no,
boundary.
yes,
Yeah.
that one, yes.
Yeah, I know, but that's just skill error, right? But again, if it goes through, it goes through.
And
It
you know
doesn't
what? I
matter.
agree with what he's been saying for years. If you touch it, whoever touches it last, just the other
Yeah.
side, kick it in. Stop this rubbish.
That's got to happen too.
It's got to happen. Why interpret something? A rule's a rule. Why is it interpretation?
Yep.
He thought this. There's 4 umpires, so if they all interpret differently, the outcome of the game can change in
Very
4
quickly.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And in the end result was the goal umpire's been sacked.
Sacked or stood, or just as he been.
He's been
suspended?
stood there for the rest of the season.
So what?
So
In the end scheme of things, so what?
Who
Who cares? You umpires next year. But Adelaide, the thing that we play for, finals, they don't get an opportunity
Alright,
because of
on
a
the
huge
field,
error.
the Crows kicked 2-7 in their run
Yeah.
home last week against Brisbane in the last quarter.
Yeah.
And last night they kicked 4-8 in the
No,
last
it's-
quarter. So they've probably
they
hurt
shouldn't.
themselves.
They
Yeah, well,
did
but Matthew
as
Nicks,
well.
I know what you're saying, but Matthew Nicks, he's probably trying to deflect it and go, well, really, for good enough, we
Of
should
course
win.
he
it.
is. Of
But
course
I
he
know
is.
what you're saying.
What's there to
But in-
deflect? If you were the coach, what would you say?
I lose my mind.
Could you imagine it was Clarkson or Hardwick or
Oh,
Kevin,
beverage.
even a Kevin Sheedy in the day?
Beverage.
Beverage.
But having said that,
Chris
right,
Scott,
in this
they all would've,
instance, mate, you don't play the straight bat. You hammer him.
oh,
Look, that's
that
disgusting.
was the opening to whack them.
Yeah, I agree. Whack them.
So
That's the word, whack them.
if there was no controversy and they win the game, what would Matthew Nicks say? Oh, great victory. Okay, but it was a great victory because you were cheated, mate. So be honest and say it. Don't.
Let's
You
go
know
on
what he
to
should have
Sunday
done? Matthew
footy.
Nicks should have said, whack them. You know, the Batman, whack,
Yep,
schmack, bang.
Had a chance. It was his opening.
Biff.
He could have gone out and not missed anyone doing that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, biff, whack, clout.
Boof. Yeah, clout, boof.
What's clout? Clout.
I don't know.
This afternoon, Western Bulldogs 12-13-85 lost to West Coast. Massive upset, biggest of the year, 14-8-92. And
I don't know what
putting
to
the
say.
Dogs' finals position in jeopardy.
Oh,
Vito needs to
someone
go
wants
to
to
the
speak.
toilet.
Thanks, West Coast, for Harley Reid. I appreciate it.
How's it feel to have the number 1 pick?
Oh, North will do something stupid like
Yeah, and
Gold
win.
Coast
I
next
know.
week.
I know.
No.
Yes.
Angelo, they're not good enough.
I haven't trusted them all year. Why would I trust them this week to do
Exactly.
something I want them to do?
They won't win this week. You know
I've
that.
wanted to win every week. Next week I want them to lose. It's still a want.
Hang on, we've had North Club Corner. We're talking about Western Bulldogs and West
Good
Coast.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
what are
point.
we talking about?
I don't
Two
know.
questions.
So I said Harley Reid.
2 questions. Or 1 question. Mm-hmm. Does Luke Beveridge get the sack if they don't make finals?
He's got to go.
Yeah.
He's got to
Okay.
go.
Does he get the sack if they do make finals?
I don't think it makes a difference.
If they lose week 1 and get whacked by, let's say
Carlton.
they're playing
Okay.
Carlton, yeah.
If they win the final?
He probably survives then.
Yeah.
Because we all think his time's up.
Oh, I've said that. How many times have I said that?
But then
His
again, if you
time's
play
up.
finals, win the finals.
Is it a Band-Aid?
I think it is.
It is. It is.
That's why I'm asking you. Do you? So you probably think
I think he will.
still get sacked?
Well,
I think he's got to get to a preliminary final.
I just want to
for
say
them, probably.
about that game, and there's no excuse, no excuse for losing it, but that shows how important Libba is.
Oh no, he's the most important player in the AFL to a club.
Yeah.
by a mile.
Oh, it's incredible. And
I think easily.
mind you, do you know English had 51 hit-outs today?
Because
Massive.
he played against no one.
But that's my point. How can their on balls not at least get a majority of those balls? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Bontempelli is sensational.
30,
Yeah.
what do you get? What do you
30,
get?
Bont 32 along with Trelaw 32. They were good, no worries. Lob kick 3, Dale was good. Jamara didn't get near it.
Neither did Norton.
Norton, hey Norton.
Norton, pal, come on down. I want to show you something.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing, right? So the definition of insanity,
I'd
right?
love you to go and finish the rest of that sentence out.
Norton. Go. Yeah, I agree.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. All right?
Yep. Einstein said that.
Yeah. Why are you playing Aaron Norton down forward? He can't kick.
He's a defender,
And
isn't he?
He's a defender.
He did start as a defender, didn't he?
He started as a defender, and they went forward. He's gone forward.
A lot of Yeah, he's starting. I can't go on with this.
He can't go on.
He's making me laugh.
He's going off-
making me laugh, Andrew.
He's doing the old.
You told us not to do that. You told us not to do that.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
I also told you not to disrupt the show.
You also said let's control it. So let's move on.
No. There's
No,
one.
no,
there's
we've got
a
a bit to talk
There's
about.
a genius in the
Just
AFL. There is a
Beveridge.
genius.
Who's that?
I told him today.
Playing for West Coast?
People forget very quickly, mate.
Tim
Elliot
Kelly.
Yeo.
Oh my!
Elliot Yeo.
He is special, mate. Still today.
He's a lovely footballer.
Lovely. He's a tremendous footballer.
Yeah, good footballer.
So where the West Coast
in an
go from
ordinary
here,
side.
do they still get rid of Adam Simpson? Like one game, big deal.
No.
I reckon he survives.
Do the right thing, West Coast. Do the right thing
And what's that?
and have a meeting and make the decision.
Yeah, make the decision.
And say,
but
thank
not
you for
based
your
on today.
services.
Yeah.
Here's your check.
Yep.
Thanks for your services.
Fair enough.
We'll
We need
carry
to
you
start
on our
again.
Shoulders.
Yeah.
We'll do a.
Yep.
You're a premiership.
Oh, he's earned
coach.
it. Absolutely. Yeah, we said that.
Simpson doesn't need to step away. Why would he? Still got he's still
I
got a
know.
year to serve.
No, that's what. But do you think
But
they
do the right- of
do you think they're going
course.
to do that?
Yeah, I think
have
it's
to.
over.
I think. Yeah.
They have to.
They will, but then again, who they got anyone in mind? Is there anyone out there? I'm just saying. I don't know.
Oh well, you got to look. It doesn't matter.
Do they go Victorian or do they go
It doesn't
Western
matter.
Australia? Or it doesn't matter.
Again, best candidate. That's it.
Brett Ratton.
Potentially, if he's the best one, maybe a younger coach. I don't know.
But it won't be still. It won't be at North next year. You don't think?
Oh well,
You don't
as a
know.
coach,
If he's got a coach, he's got to
yeah,
take
exactly.
it. Yeah.
North
I want to
Club
go back
Corner.
on touch on Beveridge. I was going to say that before you mentioned West Coast.
North Club Corner.
Before the game, he got interviewed. I don't know if it was Fox.
I did see that.
Did
Yep.
you hear what he said?
He was apprehensive.
And they replayed it after the game when I
Mm.
was driving here. And yeah, he said, "How do you feel about today's game?" He goes, "I'm apprehensive.
Yeah.
The players are a little nervous. Not sure how this is going to pan out early.
That's
So we've got intrepidation was the word he used.
Intrepidation?
Yeah, he used that word.
Been some rippers tonight.
So yeah, there's three beauties. So like you said about Brad Scott saying the truth, he was saying the truth.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that comes down to his planning during the week, right? That's the coach's
Yeah, I agree.
to at least
Yeah.
to get him out of that mindset.
It's difficult to
What-
turn around
I'm
during the
staggered.
week.
So-
it really is.
Personally, right in that game where you're playing the bottom side, which is all year, it's just about being rock up. You win, you get the 4 points, right?
Last 6 weeks, Eagles have been competitive.
Yeah, but still, they've
but
lost
I know what
games. They
he's
lost
saying.
last week by 100 points. So it's
I know, that
pretty
was-
much it's been a bye this year for everyone, right?
It has.
Pretty much, right? Even though they've won 3 games, they won one early. They beat North, which is the bottom side also. So it's no great,
Yep.
right? Maybe just take your team who won the premiership 6 years ago, and it's a pretty good side. Let's, on paper, they've got some good players. Take them away for the week. As in, don't worry about
Get 'em off the
training.
track.
Just like, seriously, you're playing West Coast, right? Don't make them stress about this game. He obviously did. He worked them up.
Yep.
And
And look
they
at the
panicked.
result.
They were
Yeah, true.
fumbling. They were just doing
My
everything
word,
wrong.
I'm fumbling and bumbling.
Everything
like
they
Max.
did was
Fumbling.
wrong.
Who was the player you used to say every week that fumbled and bumbled at
Oh,
North?
yeah.
I know it. I know it.
There's a few of them.
Nathan Rovat.
Oh, yes.
A good Western Bulldogs.
There's another one.
He fumbled and bubbled like Maxwell Smart.
Maxwell Smart. So the afternoon game, Melbourne 13-9-87. Sort of beat Hawthorn 9-6-60 by 27 points. Sort of.
Workmanlike.
Yes. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, you know what it was, that game? Hawthorn got in front by point, 2 points, 3 points, and then Melbourne go, all right, let's put the foot down. It was just, they're never going to lose.
They didn't even put the foot down.
No, you know what I mean.
They didn't. But, geez, tough for Hawthorn to lose Mitch Lewis and
Newcombe.
Newcombe before the game.
He got tennis elbow Newcombe.
Yeah, apparently he had tennis elbow.
Tennis elbow.
But I mean, for a young side like that to lose 2 of their better
Yeah.
players is
I
hard. But they'll pluck you. I love Hawthorn.
I mentioned this off air, but I worked the game today, and geez, it was hard to. Some of these Hawthorn players,
Kids, the
who
kids.
are they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mate.
was having a nightmare today.
But you know what's funny?
Like,
They're
you know,
all okay.
Black,
Oh, yeah.
Ramsden and Ward and
And
the list goes on. There's
Sarong's brother, Joyce
Sarong. There's
Sarong.
about
Did Ryan play? What's his name? That kid? That
Long. There was a long play.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Ryan? What's that kid? That tall kid? Remember we said?
No, he didn't play.
Hustwaite. There was a Hustwaite that came
Hustwaite,
in
yeah.
for
Kicked 2 goals. on his
and
debut.
looked okay.
Look, this is the thing. They've got some good kids.
McGuinness, which was strange. You went to Oliver and then came off Oliver.
Oh, Finn McGuinness.
Yeah.
No, so
Came
what
off
actually
Oliver.
happened, so you wouldn't have heard the commentary, but he started wherever, half forward, half
Yeah.
back. So in the centre, he wasn't on Oliver.
Yep.
As soon as the ball was bounced,
Took him
he-
round the
Oh, he just went around the
Which
ground.
was interesting because brilliant by Sam Mitchell.
I was gonna say,
if you think about it, right? Why have a tag in there who's not going to get the ball?
Yeah.
Let's
right.
try and get the clearance because then it doesn't matter. Then you can go on him.
Yeah.
He's ahead of the. I'm telling you,
Sam
Mitchell's ahead of the
they
game.
shut
Sam
out
Newman, I was
Petrarca
about
as
to
well.
say.
Shout out
Newman.
Petrarca.
Sam
Yeah.
Newman.
Sam
Shut out
Mitchell.
Petrarca.
He's a yeah.
As for Melbourne, they're little. I know we just said they got the job done, but gee, they're
Nah,
not.
honestly, I don't think they were really worried. Like, I think they knew what they were doing. If that makes sense, I don't think Hawthorn was
As
ever
soon as
going to.
Mitch
Is
Lewis.
that the excuse when they played North Melbourne? Is that the excuse?
Well, they thumped them.
But
Club corner again. Where's the Bataki Hams?
But I'm talking about, yeah.
I think so. I think Melbourne are not that good, but they've earned it. They've been good for 4 years, right? So they've kind
I
of
agree.
earned that
Yeah.
reputation of, okay, we don't have to go and win by 50. There's certain teams when they get to a point, Richmond one of them, you never saw them belt sides
Yep.
later on.
Just do
Like
the
after
job.
17 and 18,
Yep.
just go and get the 4 points. It's about finals, right? They don't care about. So
It
if they,
is.
if they
It's
won
not-
by 4
they've still got
goals or
Fritz to
40
come back
goals,
too.
Yep.
Still got Fritz to come back.
Fritz, yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
He's going to be, even though Malcolm was important.
I
to
don't
them.
He's a good
understand.
footballer. He's a good
Yeah,
footballer.
4-4.
Yeah, but you know what?
And 4-3
They
and
had 0-4 at one stage.
yeah.
He's a good footballer,
So
mate.
why?
He could be dangerous.
And this is a genuine question. Like, I don't know the answer. I've racked my brain out.
Yeah.
Why is Josh Shackey there today?
Yeah, I saw him.
To have a look. Exactly. So
For
to our
5 minutes.
to
You
our
wanna have a
point-
look, play the bloke for the full game of footy.
I know, but maybe they planned on bringing him on earlier but the game was in the balance, so they held him back.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, because if a Josh Shackey or Ben Brown decides to stand up, there's a forward for you. I don't think they
I'm
will.
sorry.
I think
Brody
Ben Brown-
Grundy should have played before
Yeah.
Shackey, if you're looking at the
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah,
Yeah,
aren't
but they
you?
looked at him last week.
So, okay,
So next
so-
week they're probably going to look at Ben Brown.
Okay, so I
Makes
say one
sense.
thing. I'll just say one thing.
Ben
Does-
Brown's a hack.
Is Brody Grundy's paper signed? I don't know.
It is now.
Well, when
don't
you
drop
hear
him after a
rumours that
week.
Port Adelaide are into him, Sydney now are into him,
Right.
when you hear those rumours in the usual outlets,
How old is he?
29.
yep, good.
Perfect to get a ruckman. Perfect.
I'm not going to. No, because then it'll be club corner. No,
No, but he's the prime candidate should be North. Let's be
I
honest.
totally agree with him, just quietly.
North and Port Adelaide because they don't have a ruckman,
Goldie's gone.
and Geelong to some
Geelong.
extent they don't
Their
have a
ruck stocks are so questionable.
horrendous.
Yeah,
But I think
Rod Blake, I don't think he can ruck anybody.
Rod Blake,
John
jeez.
Mossop.
John Mossop. He went to North Club Corner again.
Bataki Hams, go.
The Sunday afternoon twilight game was at Optus Stadium. Fremantle 8-10-58 lost to Port. It's not post Adelaide.
It's got Port Adelaide this week. There must be another side.
That's the new side.
Yeah, it's a new
No
side.
post. So it's current.
So it's current because
So the current Port Adelaide side.
must have been the old post. It would have been.
11-8-74. It was a 16-point margin. I don't know much about this game, but it's good that Port have moved past post.
Yes.
So I put the right name, and you still have a go at me. So I put the wrong one, you have a go. I put the right. So what do I
Got
do?
a point.
Just delete.
Well, I wanted people to know that you have changed. It's been fixed.
Well, if they watch our episodes and subscribe to our channel, they'll see all the episodes and they'll see what we're
They'll
talking
know about
But
post
it's been
Adelaide.
fixed anyway.
been
Had a lot of calls during the week.
in post production.
Gee, I hope the editing's fixed. A lot
Or
of calls
either that or
during
there's
the
a 19th side.
Oh, yeah.
Soon.
Yep.
Anyway,
Well, I've got nothing to say about this game.
It was a nothing game.
but I said, I got here. I said to him, "This is a nothing game, really."
Much like the Melbourne Hawthorn game.
Under control.
They just needed to win. And they did. They won by
They
a couple
did,
of goals.
and we'll talk about that in the preview of round 24. But they
There's no-
secured.
yeah.
They needed a good win. They needed a win on the road. They won by 3 goals.
Did anyone really stand out? I didn't.
Rosie and Buzz played well again.
But they didn't stand
SPP
out.
played all right.
He did okay.
Who?
He wasn't
SPP,
Yeah, he done okay, but he
beans and
wasn't.
spaghetti.
baked beans
Yeah,
and spaghetti.
baked beans for hungry little human beings.
Yeah.
You didn't sing it in the Mike Brady
Oh,
voice.
For hungry little human beings.
That's
No.
like 400. I'm not even going to do it.
Again, a
Mike
nothing game.
Brady. A nothing game.
Nothing game, 440, hidden away.
All right.
Stupid.
Let's
stupid
close
game.
this episode off. And there you have it. Our review of round 23. Let us know in the comments down below who you think wins this week. Just a reminder, our interview with Mark Bomber Thompson will be up this week and be sure not to miss it. And we'll see you in the next one.